Hello everyone, and welcome back to Journeyman Project Pegasus Prime! It is finally time for everybody's favorite part of a Journeyman Project game, all of the different ways that we can kill Gage Blackwood.
Please insert your global transport card now.
Since we are getting into the bulk of the game right after this, we are going to look at all the deaths that we have not covered yet, in terms of the TSA and dinosaur times. First off, what happens when you click on other locations like Flagstaff Beach and Hard Rock Tokyo? They both lead to the same death, but let's just show off at the same time what each of them look like. Because all you really get is this little bits of the corner of each of them.
Thank you.
And for some reason, this is enough time for the waves to hit that we get uncreated. Safeguarding history isn't responsibility of a temporal detector agent. It is an awful looking death screen. We'll be seeing it again though, because here is a different variant.
Dear God, it's finally happened. And with you of all people on duty, Gage. This is it. It all depends on you. Get to the ready room. Let's do it!
Now, of course, with the TSA, there is a whole lot of urgency involved. But if you decide to hang back and chill out for the next 10 minutes, and watch this wonderful graph of all the temporal rips begin to form, which is really cool when it's sped up, then you will reach our next death. I find that the biggest issue I have with this game, and probably also Turbo as a result, is that there's a lot of waiting in order to get some of the deaths. And, well, this is the precursor to the amount of time you're going to be having this game pretty much idle. So, 10 minutes go by, it's all the way at the very end towards 2318, and we get to see our wonderful uncreated, awful, really creepy looking face. I think the thing that really gets me is the teeth on the side that we're able to see, because the cheek just disappears. But yeah, that's all for Caldoria and TSA there.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
Next up is dinosaur times. There's a couple in here. Some may involve dinosaurs coming soon, but first is what has to do with the AI's warning. What if I just want to go skinny dipping in 200 million BC? Unfortunately, Gage is not graceful. The last thought to go through your mind was that you should have paid more attention to the AI warning.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
It's not the only place you can also face plant. There's actually 7 different cliffs that you can face plant on. Most of them are on the same path that leads you to our energy bridge. And if you're wanting the Steam achievement for it, you are going to be going and plummeting off of all 7. Including going through the gate when it isn't activated. And one last one, which is on the other path that we'll be covering right after this death. The very last cliff that you're able to jump off of is, of course, on the other side of the bridge. Because why not? The bridge retracts and you have no way back. So the only way back, I guess, is to swim? Definitely. Now, over on this path, we do not look at it in the main LP.
Warning. Currently registering sound reverberations from what could be incredibly immense feet. There is a high probability that the feet belong to a proportionally large carnivore.
Yes, so this is pretty much just for death purposes. There's no reason to go in here other than for AI warnings.
currently detecting more biorhythms from a rather large reptilian life form. Caution is advised.
Then again, seeing her slightly perturbed is also good. But there's also eggs in here, which look really creepy. Oh, God! So, other than getting the death in here, also going in for the AI comments too, because there is an achievement for listening to every single AI comment. But yes, this isn't the death, though, that is going to precursor everything wrong with waiting.
Warning. Plate tectonic activity is growing exponentially. Recommend you finish your mission quickly or risk taking an uncomfortably hot magma bath.
The last death in prehistoric times has to do with waiting until your energy depletes. This takes a total of 2 hours, and what you're seeing is a 2-hour video sped up to a minute and a half.
Energy level 50%.
Like, oh my god, this is awful. It's awful to sit through. You could do so much in 2 hours.
Energy level 25%.
But you also have to go through it because you also need to hear the AI too for the Steam achievement purposes.
Warning. Energy level 5%. Recommend return to TSA prior to temporal link integrity failure.
Which happens right about now. So yes, this is our stranded death screen. So yeah, you can do so many things in 2 hours, and I did, and I've done so because with all of the different time periods you're going to be going to, you're going to be spending about a maximum of 8 hours sitting through waiting for your energy to deplete. There are some workarounds with this specific time period, but it's going to be about 8 hours. More than enough time than compared to when you can actually just be finishing the game regularly.
New target acquired. Rerouting robots. Rerouting robots.
Alright, so there is a couple of different variations of death involving the altered TSA, involving the robots. I did mention that you could just leave them at the command center door, and maybe we could go and say hi to them and deliver them brownies. Let's do that. Kind of wish there was, well, the closest I guess we could deliver them is cornbread.
Sensors indicate that the TSA security mechs have been informed of your presence and ordered to yellow alert status. Proceed with extreme caution.
No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I have a beverage glass. Hello? No? Definitely not. Yep. They only get the one line, and that's it. So, yes, we get blown away. There are a bunch of different ways that you can die to the robots, and there is another achievement involved with dying to robots in every single way. So,
new target acquired. Rerouting.
There are 2 other ways that you can die to the robots in this game. First, at the command center. Second, putting them in front of the ready room. Because, you know, just walking right into their line of fire is a great idea. Totally unfounded and just great.
New target acquired. Rerouting robots.
The third is a little bit interesting. You can put them at the main entrance, and if you were to put them at the main entrance, it's the only way that the TSA door opens without you actually having to go through with a purpose. Unfortunately, you do get your face blasted off, but there you go. So there are all of the deaths for the TSA and Dinosaur Times. See you next time for more.